feel like rap has a time step on it. You could listen to My Sherry More by Stevie Wonder any time frame ever. A 5-year-old could listen to it. An 80-year-old could listen to it. It's less boundaries with singing songs. 10 years down the line, niggas is gonna be like Smuckers is legendary. That one's for the books for sure.
Fucking fire.
10 years ago, Tyler the Creator dropped the most diverse album of his career. And today, I'm going to tell you why Cherry Bomb might be one of the most important projects. If you've ever dismissed it, or just don't understand it, stick with me, because by the end of this, you might see the album in a whole new light. Cherry Bomb isn't easy to love. It's chaotic. It's messy. Some of it is completely unlistenable. But that's exactly the point. It's the turning point of where Tyler stitched the shock value and started building the sound that would define Flower Boy, Igor, and beyond. This album, Cherry Bomb, is like a door hinge. It connects two sides to Tyler's career. On one end, you have the wild, rebellious side of his early work, and on the other is the polished, vulnerable brilliance of albums like Flower Boy and Igor. It's the piece that lets the door swing open to something new. Now I'm just going to be going track by track of what I think, and I'm just going to play this Cherry Bomb live concert as B-roll. But if there's anything I want to show or say, I'll just put it on screen. Alright, cool? Cool. Deathcamp kicks off the album with an unapologetically aggressive burst of punk-inspired energy. From the opening guitar riff, it's very clear that Tyler is setting out subvert expectations. He's not interested in easing the listener in. He's here to shatter conventions, drawing heavily from nerds in search of, which Tyler directly references, in search of did me more than Illmatic. The track is rock more than rap, and that's intentional. Tyler channels his rebellious persona here, rejecting traditional rap structures and genre confines. Lyrically, he critiques conformity, flaunts his individuality, and dares anyone to box him in. This opener not only announces the chaotic nature of the album, but acts as a defiant proclamation of Tyler's intent to evolve beyond what fans thought of him. Some people find Buffalo offensive. If you do and you want to skip it, just skip to this timestamp. Buffalo keeps the aggression alive, but it's more calculated and almost targeted. The production is grimy, percussive, using heavy bass and eerie synths to create almost a sense of unrest. Tyler uses the backdrop to confront criticism head-on, be it accusations of homophobia, being banned in countries, or being judged for his evolution. One of the most telling moments is when he replaces the slur with book, mocking the media's focus on his language while refusing to fully censor himself. There's duality in Buffalo, which most of it is loud and in your face. The latter half shifts into almost a jazzy, introspective segment, reflecting the internal push-pull between anger and vulnerability. This track captures a central theme of Cherry Bomb, how public perception clashes with private identity. With Pilot, Tyler adopts the metaphor of flying a plane as a symbol for steering his own career. The production almost feels like it's a dizzying alarm. Synths wail, drums thump, almost erratically. The entire song feels like you're going through turbulence. Tyler's lyrics are filled with the lines about vision, fear, and freedom. He just wants control. He knows that piloting could mean he could crash. The song's disjointed and mirrors the risk, and each section feels unstable, just like the fame and personal challenges he's navigating. Pilot is almost a mess, but a purposeful mess, capturing the confusion of a young artist who's trying to stay in control while breaking new ground. Pause. We're about 4 minutes into the video and you're still watching, so I just wanted to say if you want to join my Discord and subscribe and whatnot, that'd be super cool and awesome. Sorry, I'll get back to the video. Run feels like you're almost running. It's quick, it's barely over a minute long, it's frantic, it's breathless, and it's also jarring. The song embodies the title perfectly. It sounds like a panic attack or a chase scene with distorted vocals, clipped drums, and almost a sense of claustrophobia. Lyrically, there's a little bit of cohesion. This track is more like a sensation rather than storytelling. Its brevity and chaotic mixing might lead to some dismiss it as a filter, but it functions more like a reset button, shaking a listener out of any comfort zone. Run isn't designed to stand on its own. It might serve as almost a jolt of adrenaline between two larger ideas. It's Tyler at his most unfiltered. Find Your Wings is like a breath of fresh air, serving as the album's most serene and uplifting moment. The track is almost like a beautifully arranged jazz soul interlude that functions both as a palate cleanser and a philosophical core. The repeated refrain, "Find your wings and fly," reads almost like a mantra. Musically, the vibraphone, Rhodes keys, and fluttering horns provide warmth and optimism. It's also a key indicator of Tyler's growth. This track is built on harmony and subtlety, not aggression. Where early Tyler albums thrived on shock value, this one shows emotional depth. Find Your Rings bridges the raw chaos of earlier tracks with the refined introspection that would come to define his later work. If I could use one word to describe the title track, Cherry Bomb, loud. Loud, 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 loud. Distortion reigns supreme. Vocals are buried, drums are peaking, synths are shrieking. It's noisy, abrasive, and intentionally off-putting. Tyler isn't doing this by accident. It's almost like a music tantrum, channeling his love for death grip style chaos. There's no catchy hook, no lyrical polish, just energy, frustration, and the rejection of convention. It might be the most unlistenable track Tyler's made for most, but it's also the most powerful statement. If you want to understand the heart of Cherry Bomb, you have to survive this denotation. Underneath the madness of this message is beauty, and it doesn't always come in a clean package. Quick summary of the song if you don't understand it. A girl and Tyler, the girl is enjoying company with Tyler, if you know what I mean. I hate describing this. Lyrically, it's graphic, but it's also tongue-in-cheek. There's a surreal humor to the whole thing, as if Tyler's testing how far he can push the boundaries of being vulnerability and absurdity at the same time. It's very bizarre, but also very memorable, and it shows that even in his more lighthearted moments, he's still experimenting with form and mood.
The fuck you turn my music down for?
Two-Seater is one of the album's most emotional and musical high points. It's almost cinematic. Nearly 7 minutes long and broken into distinct movements, the first half is a romantic ballad, with Tyler fantasizing about driving around with a partner in a calm, dreamlike space. It's tender and melodic. Then the second half takes a dramatic turn. Tyler introduces a live orchestra. The strings swell, drums drop out, and what we see was once a love song is now an instrumental meditation. It's bold, unconventional, and a clear song that Tyler was aiming beyond traditional hip-hop boundaries. I don't like this song. This is probably my least favorite on the album. Actually, no, this is my second least favorite. But I just really don't like it. I think it's too chaotic. I think the beat is trash. I think the synths, and also I think the little popping sounds of the song, sorry, I don't know what the fuck that's called, but it's just, it doesn't work well at all. I'm just not a fan of the song. I don't know how to describe that in a fucking nice, serious tone. I'm just not a fan of. I don't like it. It's unpredictable. There's no hook. There's no structure. It's just wild ideas loosely strung together. Tyler and Q sound like they're having a good old time, but like, the song fucking sucks. This 2-part track is the most perfect, sonically refined on the album. Fucking Young is light, melodic, and built around a classic Pharrell beat. Tyler sings. Let me repeat that for you. He sings. He sings about being romantically drawn to somebody younger than him by a pretty big age gap, but I don't think that's that bad. The chorus is catchy. There's tension in the verses. He acknowledges the risk, the optics, and the discomfort. It makes it one of the most introspective songs he's ever made. Perfect brings Kali Uchis to add counterbalance, transforming the song into almost a duet. Their contributions soften the impact and create dialogue. It's a complex narrative wrapped in sunshine, and it marks Tyler's shift towards songwriting as storytelling.
They say I'm crazy, but that's the best thing going for me.
Ooh, words that didn't age well. Tyler said in the intro, Smuckers will be legendary. And it is. It's a masterclass in collaborative energy. With, and Lil Wayne on board, Tyler had to bring his best. And he did. The beat is regal, built on piano loops and dramatic horns. Tyler opens the song with authority, asserting his position in the industry. Follows with a mix of bravado and vulnerability, revising his verse after hearing Tyler and Wayne's. But what stands out most is how cohesive it all feels. Smuckers isn't a flex. It's almost a statement of unity between three artists from different eras, pushing each other to shine. This track was easily my least favorite for the longest time. But that's because I'm stupid. And let me elaborate. The first half of the song is so bad that I would skip it. I would skip the whole song. I would listen to the first 20 seconds and be like, yeah, this is trash. I'm moving on. And then over the past few weeks, since I've been having the idea for this video, I was ready to trash it, call it horrible, disgusting, awful, all the bad shit. But it's not that bad. The second half is very enjoyable. It's really nice. It saves it, honestly. The first half is hot garbage. Weird synths, weird voice filter. But the calming yet still odd second half was very enjoyable. This is one of the most abrasive tracks on the album, leaning heavily into lo-fi distortion and cryptic repetition. Tyler's almost focused on material wealth, legacy, and self-worth, which is a prelude to Call Me If You Get Lost. But don't get me wrong, it's a hard listen. If the second half of the album was just the song, I'd be so okay with listening to it. But it's not. So it's still just a 6 out of 10. Maybe some of you guys didn't see this coming, but it's pretty clear cut for me. My favorite track on the album, Okaga, California. It's like a sunset after a storm. Slow, warm, and full of clarity. The track is layered with soulful harmonies and a soft guitar. Tyler's vocals are pitched up again, but this time it feels gentle and not jarring. He sings about love, escape, and personal growth. It's clear he's reflecting on everything that came before, not just the album, but in his life and career. I think this track directly prefaces the style of Flower Boy, offering a glimpse into the artist he was becoming. As a closer, it's essential, a graceful exit from the chaos, and a promise of what's to come. Everything I've said is scripted, except for like a little tidbits, but here's like my unscripted, complete, like off the top of my head thoughts. I love Okaga, California. It was my number 10 song last year for my Spotify Wrapped, and it's probably going to be higher this year, because I've been listening to a lot of Cherry Bomb, obviously. I've probably listened to this album at least 40 times in the past month. I think Tyler's verse about halfway through Okaga, California is amazing. I've had that in my head looped for probably the past like 2 weeks straight. I'm being dead serious. That is all I could think about. This song is amazing. And it's an A+. It really is. Back to my scripted stuff for the outro. Cool. Bye. Cherry Bomb is far from the perfect album. It's messy, it's polarizing, and sometimes overwhelming, but it's also fearless. It marked the moment Tyler began to break free from expectations and embrace his full creative range. 10 years later, it's clear that Cherry Bomb was a necessary chaos before clarity. It laid the groundwork for elegant vulnerability of Flower Boy and the bold experimentation of Igor. It was a transitional album, and like all transitions, it was rough around the edges, but it was essential. As a fan, I respect Cherry Bomb for its ambition and raw energy. It challenged listeners and challenged Tyler himself. What many saw as disjointed and confusing in 2015 now feels like an intentional act of reinvention. It was an artist putting his vision before his audience's expectations, something that would later become a hallmark of Tyler's career. From the chaotic feedback of Cherry Bomb to the lush serenity of Okaga, California, this album connects the sound of someone learning how to grow, stumble, and soar all at once. And perhaps that's the reason why Cherry Bomb endures. In a genre often obsessed with polish and perfection, this album dares to be rough. It dares to scream, to experiment, to fail, and to pivot. Tyler was searching for a sound that truly reflected him, something raw and unfiltered. In doing so, it gives one of the most compelling case studies of an artist in transformation. If you haven't revisited it in a while, I encourage you to listen again, not just as a piece of music, but as a document of artistic evolution. Cherry Bomb didn't aim to please, it aimed to experiment. It pushed the boundaries of what Tyler, and by extension, his audience thought was possible. And 10 years later, it still stands as one of the most daring, fascinating, and misunderstood albums in modern hip-hop. If I could give it a grade, I'd give it a B-. It's messy in delivery, but rich in intent and vision. It's not a stepping stone, but it's a blueprint of what happens when an artist takes great risks without asking for permission, and sometimes that's exactly what greatness looks in early stages. But yeah, that's about all I have. If you enjoyed this, subscribe, turn the notification bell, like the video, whatever. But if you really want to go above and beyond, I would love if you join my Discord. I just started it up a few weeks ago. We're still trying to get people in it. You should join. It would be super cool and awesome. Okay, that's all I got. Thank you. Bye.
AAV69, I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up. You're welcome.